So guys, it's time to welcome our guest Ritika Gupta. So she's here, and hi Ritika, you can unmute yourself.
Hello, hi Sachin. Thanks for having me on your weekly connect.
It's all our pleasure. It's all our pleasure. Thank you for taking out your time for this
Sure.
interaction. Okay. So guys, give a in the chat box, share a heart for Ritika for taking out her time for this entire session. So share a heart in the chat box for her. So yeah, Saurabh, lot of hearts are coming in.
Yeah,
Lot of hearts are coming in. You can see over here.
yeah,
Super
yeah.
awesome, super awesome, super awesome. ठीक है तो Ritika, we can start this entire discussion or entire session with your journey into product management. We want to understand about you first, that how you got into this product management role, how was your journey into product management role, what all things that you are doing as part of your organization that you are working with right now. So O4S. So what this company is all about, what all things you are doing over there. So you can share your experience. Okay, and then we will proceed further. Yeah, please.
Sure. So first of all, I think great turnout for a Saturday. So many people are dedicated to learning and furthering their career in this area. So yeah, I think congratulations to everyone to be so dedicated and be available on a Saturday evening. A little bit about me. So I currently head the product team at O4S. O4S is a Indian origin tech startup. We are Series A funded. And this company is in B2B SaaS in the channel management and logistics space. So we have been in the market since 2018. And I've been with this organization for around 2.5 years now. So I started as a product manager. Then after 9 months, I got promoted to senior PM. And recently in this year, March, I took up the responsibilities of head of product. So currently in this role, I take care of all the product efforts, which includes, working with the marketing team, helping the pre-sales team, then of course all the product, delivery efforts which we have. So we are currently a team of 5 PMs, APMs, designers, and around 30 engineers and QA. And together we drive deliveries across multiple types of product, which include a edge computing solution, the whole onboarding platform, reporting platform. Then we have mobile apps, and yeah. So it's quite a big portfolio, and I love working here because it gives me a very 360-degree exposure and help develop this overall thinking of how to deliver value for bigger organization. And some of our clients include bigger, so most of our clients are enterprise clients, listed companies. Some of the names you would have heard, like Indigo Paints, Dulux Paints, Campus Shoes, Lancer. So we are in the process of creating a industry agnostic product. And we can talk more about it, like how to create a product which is industry agnostic, and it can be used by companies of this big size. So yeah, it has been a great journey with O4S for me for 2.5 years almost. And before that, so I have total like 13 years of experience, and I started my career with engineering. So primarily, I was a QA for first 4.5 years of my career. Then I moved. I took a lot of risks in my career. I changed the path quite often. So I went into a business role. I also did like a distance MBA. Then post that, I was in Dubai, and I joined a tech startup there. It was a very challenging role because I was the first technical hire there. A good 360-degree exposure for me. And post that, yes, I have been with O4S. So yeah, I think my journey is very unconventional in terms of other people you would meet, because I worked in business roles, I worked in core tech roles, and I think everything shaped up and helped me become this product person, and finally gave me the growth I needed in this current organization. So yeah,
That's
this
that's
about
that
myself.
that's amazing journey. Basically, I'm impressed, Ritika. You mentioned that in 9 months you promoted to you had spent only 2.5 years with this existing organization, and उसमें 9 months में आप senior product manager बने, and now you had transitioned into the product head. So that's
Yeah.
really amazing because that's really an amazing thing. Okay. Because you are into this industry 30 from 13 years, okay, and बहुत सारा so guys, I am sharing Ritika's profile over here. Okay, I'm sharing here the profile of the Ritika. You can connect with her over LinkedIn. Okay, so so basically you had done your MBA as well. So I wanted to ask you one thing because ये एक बहुत common question आता है. ये मैंने एक जब हमारा last session में था तो I was having Aditi over here, so I asked her as well because ये बहुत बड़ा myth है, even though a lot of people had tried to break this myth कि ये किसी तरीके से खत्म हो, लेकिन स्टिल दिस इज द मिथ दैट एग्जिस्ट्स आउट देयर दैट हाउ मच सिग्निफिकेंट having an MBA degree is to become a product manager, because I don't have any MBA degree as of now. आपने किया है, ठीक है. So we had discussed the experience of Aditi, so she was also having an MBA degree. So I want to know your take on this, that if someone because this is a community where most of the people are different, working in different roles. ये सारे लोग कोई QA में भी है, कोई business development में, they are different roles. So how much it is important to have an MBA degree, or uh, do you feel that having an MBA degree, even though you had invested a good amount of time, I'm sure कुछ skills वहां से भी आया होगा, तो is it playing any vital role in your existing job or your entire career growth? इसमें इसका इसका कितना बड़ा एक रोल रहा है? एक बार इस चीज पे थोड़ा सा एक अगर आप लाइमलाइट डालेंगे, that would be great.
Right. So I feel like it can help you open up some doors, of
Hmm.
course, because people who are, the gatekeepers of any job, like the HR department, I think for them it holds a little bit of significance. But when you are on the job or when you are interacting with the hiring manager, so the degree definitely does not give you a lot of brownie points.
Hmm.
I think it can just help you open some doors. Like I did another course with IIM Lucknow also. It was a course focused on product management itself,
Hmm.
data-driven product management. They have one course with Wiley. So I found that was more, better in terms of learning. Because it was a 9 month degree course, and they helped us learn a lot in the journey, like the practical things. Like for example, when you are a PM, you go about doing a lot of research internally
Hmm.
in your organization or externally. So
Hmm.
how to go about crafting a very good questionnaire. For
Hmm.
example, last year I was working on launching an entirely new product
Hmm.
from 0 to 1, and
Hmm.
we had 3 rounds of market research. So
Hmm.
we went and talked to bigger companies, and I think that course maybe helped me understand a bit about how to craft this research. What do I want to get out of the research? But primarily, I think in product, everything is about practice. So
Right.
the more you practice, the more you are able to do things, that matters most.
Right. Right.
You've done a presentation from I am how
Yes.
beneficial was. So Shivani has this question.
Yeah.
Shivani, it just helped me open some doors.
Yeah.
Uh, and apart from that, some practical knowledge was also there. So I felt like concepts, yes, few concepts were there. So I'm from a very technical background. So I would say 40-50% of the course I already knew. Like one module was about agile and tech. So I could just like brush up with that module maybe in 30 minutes. But
Hmm.
one module was about financial analysis. So I did not know a lot about that then. So it depends on, what is your strength area right now, and what do you want to add on to your profile.
Right.
So it is best to choose a course where you lag rather than choose a 360-degree course.
Hmm. Got it. Got it. Got it. So basically, Ritika, you are trying to mention कि main important चीज आपका skills है, right? एंड दिस
Yeah.
थिंग यस इट ओपन सम अपॉर्चुनिटी, क्योंकि कुछ कंपनीज का देखो होता ही है, ये मैंने भी देखा है व्हेन आई वाज इनटू दिस। तो कुछ लोग बोलते थे मतलब डू यू हैव एन एमबीए डिग्री, डू यू हैव एन एमबीए डिग्री, एंड आई वाज लाइक नो आई डोंट हैव एनी डिग्री, आई एम हैविंग अ सॉलिड पोर्टफोलियो ऑफ माय प्रोडक्ट्स, आई नो प्रोडक्ट मैनेजमेंट, सो आई गॉट दैट थिंग। ठीक है, तो कुछ लोगों का होता है, कुछ लोगों का ये भी आता था दैट दैट इफ यू आर हैविंग अ टेक्निकल बैकग्राउंड, डू यू हैव आर यू कमिंग फ्रॉम अ टेक्निकल बैकग्राउंड, आपको सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियरिंग का एक्सपीरियंस है, तो सबकी अपनी अपनी प्रायोरिटीज है। बट यस, maximum I would say that still you can grab something good in your hand if you are good with the implementation skills, right?
Right. So, I mean, see, implement. There are very common, charts about this. Like there are three things, right?
Yeah,
Tactics, operations, and strategy.
yeah,
So obviously, everyone should start with tactical stuff, like getting smaller things out, and then you have to move towards, maybe quarter roadmap and something. And then when you get to, so for example, in my role, I have to take care of strategy also. So I cannot just like think short term about 3 months or a week or 6 months. I have to think about 1 year, 2 year.
right.
So to answer your question, I mean, delivery is definitely important. If you cannot get
Planning as
stuff
well.
out,
Sorry.
yeah.
Yeah, planning as well, because as your level is growing now, basically initially as an APM PM you are majorly into the implementation part, आपका implementation आता है, लेकिन as you are going for a senior PM, product head, director of PM, so you are more on the, rather than the implementation side, you start moving toward this strategy building, and all those stuff are majorly your tasks. Got it.
So I will share one experience. So
Yeah, please.
last year, so as soon as we got our Series A funding, we wanted to expand some areas, and we started hiring. And I think during that time, I took around 35 PM interviews because we wanted to hire the team, set up the team, and a lot of folks joined the organization as well. And then we had some funding winter as well. So I mean, everything is happening. So in this whole process, I ended up working with different type of people who were transitioning from PM to our company, people who were transitioning from business analyst role to our company. Then, and I had very varied experience. I'll talk about three different type of PMs who joined our company and what was my experience working with them.
Mm-hmm.
So there was this one person who was doing MBA from a very reputed organization, but this person has done engineering and then MBA, and then had no experience of getting anything out, like no delivery experience. I had the toughest time working with this person because this person was thinking that being PM is all about a fancy job title, and you can just talk, talk, talk. But the proof of the matter is delivery. Like
Right.
maybe you can just give a very small feature out and do a lot of impact. So, I mean, I did not enjoy working with that person. I would rather hire someone who has done some work. So then we hired someone who has been a technical person for around 8 to 9 years. Now,
Hmm.
this person was very good with execution. Like
Okay.
this person would go and talk to developers in their language
Huh.
and get anything out very fast. I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
maybe because this person has developed a rapport, the engineering language this
Yeah.
guy has.
Hmm.
So it was for me, he became like to this person, I crafted a vision
Hmm.
that I hired this person to create a platform product, like a product which the
Hmm.
customer delivery teams will use to run the product. And I
Right.
just told him that these are the 10 use cases you need to solve. These are
Hmm.
5 engineers you get, and you have 1 year.
Right.
So this person was able to get the deliveries very out because technically he was strong. He could talk to engineers.
Hmm.
And then I had one person uh, so this person was doing a business analyst job for
Hmm.
a manufacturing firm. So we hired this person because we wanted someone to, interface with pre-sales team
Hmm.
and figure out with them and come up with what solution we can build. This person was very weak in engineering. Like if I
Hmm.
will give this just one thing to be implemented, they could not come up with the use cases. Like if there
Right.
is someone in QA here, they would understand the importance of writing use cases. And every PM has to test.
Right.
Like if you can do UAT of your product, so it's a big failure I mean, you will not be able to confidently release or give a sign off to product delivery.
Eat
So
your
yeah,
dog's
this has
food.
been, yeah,
Eat your
you
dog's
have
food.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah, dog food is the most important
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
I think there are some questions also, so
Yeah,
maybe.
definitely we will be picking up that. Basically, guys, first of all, let me ask my queries, okay? Because आपकी काफी ज्यादा queries मैं अपनी queries में cover कर दूंगा. And then if anything is left, then we will bring up your queries one by one. Okay? Yeah, yeah, please, Ritika, you can continue. Yeah, with this
Sure. So
business
yeah,
analyst person, how was your experience then? Yeah, you were mentioning about that.
uh, product delivery was a challenge with her,
With that.
and
Okay.
yeah,
Mm.
and one other thing, my experience was like, so this person would be getting, fixed requirements. So the client is telling this person, get this done, and this person is just getting that done. But
Hmm.
when you are a product professional, you cannot build anything just for one client.
Right.
You have to build thinking that how can this feature be used by other 100 clients, or am I making it scalable enough that if other clients are coming, or let's say there's a 20% growth in the adoption,
Right.
then how it would work. So this person had a very singular thinking because she
Hmm.
had all on projects. So
Hmm.
there's a project thinking and product thinking. So
Hmm.
this was problem. And then one interesting thing which I used to test in the interviews. So we are a B2B firm, right?
Hmm.
And there is a stark difference between how B2B PMs work and how B2C PMs work. So there would be senior PMs who would be interviewing for senior PM's role, and they had no idea about how the closures work or what is the journey of a client into the B2B product. For example,
Hmm.
we would have heard of journey at Amazon. So we
Hmm.
can easily see that journey, right?
Right.
So for example, you want to buy, let's say you want to buy a bag. So you'll search for that bag on Google and you'll get Flipkart, Amazon, Myntra, multiple links. You'll open those links and then you'll maybe add to cart and search. And we all have visualization of this journey, right?
Right.
But in B, this journey is quite different. So
Hmm.
toughest thing is closure. There
Hmm.
also product manager pitches, and then post closure, the onboarding of this enterprise client on your product, and
Hmm.
then after onboarding, adoption is
Hmm.
their team. In case of B2B, buyer is different, user is different, and the reporting user is different. So if I am handling
Hmm.
6 now in an organization, each product is used by a different person.
Hmm.
So my favorite question used to be for folks ki, can you describe me journey of a customer in a B2B product?
Hmm.
If they could describe it, then I would know that they understand and empathize with each department.
Right. 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 बेसिकली इन द बी टू बी देखा जाए तो आपका डिसीजन मेकिंग पर्सन जनरली कोई और होता है
Yes.
एंड यूजर्स आर डिफरेंट एंड द
Yes.
पर्सन
Yes.
who will be seeing the reports and all those things are different. So in that
Yes.
case, you need to think of all these user personas, all these user
Yes.
personas. So,
Correct.
and it's not only about the B2B products. I feel that it's also with some B2C products as well. Like in my interview preparation, okay, when we do some interview preparation, ये क्वेश्चन एक मैं भी बहुत ज्यादा पूछता था कि if Google Maps have to launch a parking solution finder, ठीक है,
Okay.
तो उसके अंदर मल्टीपल यूजर पर्सोना आ जाता है. लोगों की सबसे बड़ी स्टूडेंट जनरली क्या दिक्कत होती है, वो सिर्फ एक यूजर जर्नी किसका मैप करते हैं कि जिसको जिसको पार्किंग स्पेस चाहिए. Okay, if I have to launch a parking solution finder in Delhi NCR or somewhere in any crowded space, तो वो लोग क्या एक यूजर पर्सोना को सोचते हैं हमेशा कि सिर्फ एक यूजर पर्सोना है
Hmm.
जिसको पार्किंग करना है. लेकिन दे आर अदर यूजर पर्सोनाज इन्वॉल्वड इन दैट. Other user
Hmm.
personas are those people like who is the owner of that parking, the person on
Hmm.
the ground who is there on the ground, जो parking करवा रहा है. Like there is another another question that is being asked, like create a toy for a 5-year-old car or something, a toy car for a 5-year-old kid. तो उसमें दो यूजर पर्सोनाज है. बच्चे को चाहिए कि वो फैंसी हो, अच्छा हो, दिखने में बहुत अच्छा सुंदर लगे, बट देयर आर अदर पर्सोना एज वेल दैट इज बीइंग इन्वॉल्वड इज देयर पेरेंट्स, बिकॉज
Hmm.
डिसीजन मेकिंग इज फ्रॉम द पेरेंट्स. सो B2B के
Correct.
अंदर
That's
डिसीजन
good
दैट्स द केस.
example. I don't know, like, so I have always found these questions very rudimentary in the PM interviews. So luckily at my level now, when I go for interviews, people don't ask these questions. But yes, I have also gone through this phase when I was looking, for the job 3, 4 years back. So yes, these questions used to come. But I don't know, I've always felt these questions are a bit rudimentary because I'll rather ask a question about an app or something which you use daily, and like what can you find? So,
Favorite
for
product.
example, yeah, Google Maps is like really good example, and everyone uses Google Map.
Right.
So I used to start it like, tell me top 3 apps in your phone which you use. Now I don't use a lot of app, but I hoped that in those three, at least one I would know about.
Yeah.
So I would ask the person something about it. Like usually people would say WhatsApp or Google Maps or Ola or Uber.
Paytm.
So Paytm,
GPay.
yeah,
Yeah.
Paytm is too big. Like it can engulf any PM.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. And from the previous thing that जो आपने mention किया, जो 3 roles के बारे में आप बता रहे थे, that the 3 PMs that you had worked with. So from that, please correct me if I'm wrong over here, that just having that you are good with the presentation, because that first guy example that you had mentioned, that he was having an MBA degree and all this stuff, so I'm sure he was good with the presentation, बातें बनाने में, that is good. Okay, he can do that part very good, brilliant
Yeah.
at that point of time. So only that stuff doesn't work. ठीक है. The second guy who's the technical PM, because your product is more of the technical side, basically he's good with that implementation part, getting things
Correct. Yes.
implemented, because on the strategy side you are there, you need to get those things implemented. So especially if you are
Correct.
an APM or if you are a PM working with a senior PM or someone, so you should be good with that implementation. That's a very important thing. The third role that you have mentioned is the BA role, the person who came into from the BA role. So the problem that I found over there is that person is not putting his brain, वो अपनी क्रिएटिविटी उसमें ऐड नहीं कर रहा है. ही जस्ट लाइक कि रिक्वायरमेंट मिल गया, इसको इंप्लीमेंट करना है. He is doing a part
Right.
of a project manager, not a product manager, if I feel.
Yes,
Right?
correct. So, right. So, and this actually will not work for any product manager because
Right.
what happened was like even after 4, 5 months of this person being on job, I
Hmm.
had to continue handhold this person, like,
Hmm.
do this, do this, do this, do this, and this actually becomes a roadblock in your advancement in the role because product is only one role where no one can handhold you forever. Maybe,
Right.
for first 30, 60, 90 days, you will be guided. But post that, you have to create your own accountability, your own matrix. Like for me also, so I report to the CEO. So I keep giving him updates, whatever is happening. No one is asking me for updates, but I have created my own accountability matrix. Okay, this is how the team is moving. This is how
Hmm.
my work is moving. So this you have to create yourself. I think
Right.
most important for all PMs.
Yeah, basically, I will also emphasize on this thing because कई बार क्या लगता है ना, हम लोग इस चीज में गलती करते हैं, that यार our success is the responsibility of others. But we should
Yeah.
have some, like we build, measure, learn. We do in our product. Similarly, we should do the same thing for our growth as well. That there should be
Right.
some retrospection that we need to do for ourselves. That are we meeting that thing? Are we doing that? Are we improvising ourselves as well? Not only the product, but we should also improvise ourselves because we need to take a growth. Okay, for the growth part. That's why you had in just 2.5 years you reached this level of the product head. That had helped you a lot, definitely. That's good. So can you just give a quick glimpse about that, how this entire development process goes in like a B2B industry, because you are into a B2B, तो आपकी कंपनी में एक पूरा process कैसे चलता है, that how things goes in, how things come to the picture, how they are being prioritized, basically who all are the people that are being involved over there, and then how you prioritize and how these things get implemented and how you deploy as well, because in a B2B हो सकता है that feature is not important for for everyone because सबका अपना, because I had also put around 5 years into the B2B space. तो what you, मतलब ये आपकी कंपनी के अंदर कैसा फ्लो है इसका, ये चीज थोड़ा समझाइए प्लीज.
Right. So this journey actually depends on at what stage the company is. So the first B2B firm which I worked for, that was complete 0 to 1 launch. So we had an idea, we had one specific problem we wanted to solve. So this company was solving the problem of custom goods accounting. So we were creating a specific solution for companies who are sitting in free zone in Dubai, and we wanted to create an accounting solution for them. So the first which happens is that you go and talk to prospective clients, or you have a buyer persona that if a client is doing this much business, it is situated in this geography, it is of this type of industry. So you select few people, you go talk to them, understand the problem they are facing. So this is the first step in 0 to 1. And based on all this research which you do, you come up with certain set of minimum things a solution must have that these guys would buy or pay for it, right? Then you come up with an MVP and go back to these clients and pitch them, show them the demo. If you are even a firm, you can do the demo with prototypes. If you have designers on the hand, do a prototype round and post the prototypes. If you're getting enough interest, correct the prototypes. And if you're getting enough interest, you get it developed. And once you have the MVP product in your hand, you sell them, try to get 5 to 10 buyers on board. And once you reach that stage, that means you have achieved some level of market fit, right? Because 10 people are willing to pay for your product. So this is a journey from 0 to 1. And obviously on the way, you continuously keep, iterating on the product, adding smaller features, but intent should be minimum development and maximum users. So this was the journey for a 0 to 1 firm which I worked with. So in 2.5 years, 2 years with them, we were able to get 25 clients on board. They were not very big ticket sizes, but the simpler use cases which we had created in the solution, they wanted that because no other ERP was providing that. But when I joined this company, they already had 30, active paying client. So I actively sought to work with them because I wanted to, I do not wanted to do the 0 to 1 again. I wanted to work with a company which already had achieved the product market fit. So in our case now, we have a live product. We have 30 active paying customer. All of them are big, so we can't have any downtime and stuff. So now we can sit back. We can prioritize. The first thing which I did when I joined this company was that every client was using the product in some other way. Too many configurations, and there was no standardization. So for the first 2-3 months, I sat and I tried to standardize the product. Like how, if there are 100 features, I'll cut down all the features. I deprecated 3 products, I had to move those 100 users to another app. And this whole process took 6 months. So I deprecated so many features, simplified the product. Now this product with, 20 feature is easy for marketing to understand and sell, easy for sales to sell. And we can get new clients and we tell them, these are the 20 features. This is how you have to use it. So it actually, helped in scaling up, rather than building each product. So it becomes hard at times because we serve enterprise clients and they are big names and they try to twist our hands. But that's where the product managers come in and they start helping at each journey, each step of the journey, so that we can maintain this 20 feature set, that this is what we are going to do. And we obviously expand the feature set as well. But if we feel like that this feature can be sold to other
clients as well. Yeah.
Otherwise, we not prioritize. We have let go of clients as well to keep the focus razor sharp on few value which we are trying to create. So as of now, the main thing, like in this year, after taking the role of head of product, so I worked with the marketing and helped them create exact content which they should send out to prospective clients, so that everyone has a singular message and they understand what the company is trying to do. So there is something called as bofu, tofu, mofu. So for example, we have 1,000 leads. So they guys try to categorize them, and we have created content for each channel, for each industry. And I try to work with the sales and marketing team to pitch in this content, so that the prioritization can be controlled at sales and marketing side itself, rather than when the implementation start.
Yeah.
So this is the most important thing in any startup which is going through a scale up phase. So like we are going through a scale up phase. So control the prioritization at sales and marketing side.
Yeah.
Then come to delivery. So the product should be easy to use. Onboarding. So we dedicate like 20% of bandwidth to ensure that once the client is signed up, the time to roll out the product should be as less as possible. So 20% of the tech product bandwidth goes in making onboarding easier. Post that, features, deployment, helping customer success teams, and keep training them. For example, one thing we do in our organization, so every Friday, one member of product team demo a feature or a product feature to entire company, like whatever they are building. So we do this one, and whatever new you have built or whatever existing feature is, we just get on a call and showcase that feature to the whole company. So that people understand that this is the feature, this is how it is supposed to be used, this is how we should explain to our clients or our associated members of the client to use it. So second main important part is making onboarding smooth. So every feature go through this funnel. Is it making onboarding smooth? And then the usage of the product. Apart from that, the third feature which goes into prioritization is what is company's growth strategy. So company's growth strategy currently is market penetration and market development. So if the feature falls in one of these two, we pick it. Otherwise, we put it in our backlog and then we try to forget about it.
Right. Basically, business goal alignment is also again very important over there. And yes, this is something that I had also experienced with the B2B companies as well. That in B2B, your prioritization as a product manager, you are not someone who leads the prioritization. When you are in the 0 to 1 phase, mainly it's driven by the sales team. सेल्स टीम था खुदा ओवर देयर, जो खुदा उन्होंने बोल दिया कि भाई कस्टमर आना है, इफ यू आर गेटिंग अ कस्टमर ऑफ दिस मच रिकरिंग रेवेन्यू, देन यू नीड टू बिल्ड दैट. एंड दैट्स व्हाई अ lot of products get into a feature factory mode, कि वहां उनमें फीचर बहुत सारा बन चुका है अब, और फिर वो मैनेज करने में प्रॉब्लम है. ये चीज तो मैंने देखा. दैट्स अ वंडरफुल थिंग दैट यू हैव डन of cutting out down all these things. Otherwise, it will not be a generic product. It will be a
I
mess.
mean, correct. So what happens is that you need clients, you need money, you need proof of concept. So you try to, create a shortcut for a new client, and that's how the feature factory comes into
Yes.
play. You have
Yes.
to scale up. You cannot have 100 features. You need to have razor focused few features and make it in a way that they can be configured easily into the product, and there could be a platform or something. So yeah.
That's great. That's nice. So now I'm having last two questions, and after that, our community members will start asking some of their queries. So, what are the three things, because you have done a massive growth in your career now in last 13 years? So, what are the three things that help you achieve this growth in your career in this product role primarily? Three
Right.
things.
Right. So I think the first main thing is that accountability. So you have to be very accountable at job. Like even when I was a QA, I used to follow this. Like even if no one is asking me for updates, I would just write down a mail. Okay, we have done this, this. It's release ready or not. Even now, I follow this. So I am accountable for the position I am at. So I publish it. No one is asking me, but I keep this accountability matrix clear across the organization to any team. And I have created this thing that anyone can come up to me, ask me any questions. I'm always available in office, or I'm always available to talk. So this whole being available and being accountable for whatever you are driving, that is most important thing. So if you do that, it's
Yeah.
easier, people trust you. Second thing is, some people may call it burnout also, but I feel like I don't say no to anything. Like I feel like if I can do something which can help, marketing do better or sales do better, I do it. And if
Mm.
you are a product manager, don't think things like, this is not my job, because I mean, you don't have a specific job, right?
Role.
Your job is to ensure that product should succeed. And for
Yes.
a product to succeed, everything has to work, like from sales to marketing to QA to delivery. So there are grunt work I have to do sometimes, like help QAs. Sometimes I just text them, okay, this is not working. Can you add bugs and get this fixed? Or sometimes I just sit with marketing and write content for them. Maybe I don't need to do it, but yeah. So like there's just help people who are trying to make your product success.
Mm.
And third thing, discipline. So I am in office 4 days a week. So maintain a discipline, maintain a cadence. Don't try to, work like 14 hours a day on few days and burn yourself out. So maintain a good routine. So I think
Mm.
because it's a marathon, like we want to work for many years, right? So
Right.
don't burn yourself. So I try to maintain that discipline for myself. And for example, I never text my developers or someone on odd hours. So
Mm.
I've set a boundary like 11 to 7 or something, or 10 to 6. So I only talk to people around that. I keep meetings in that. So everyone also make sure that they're available. This has helped
Mm.
me, run the teams better. Like I don't go on a lot of calls. A lot of things just get done on text. So this discipline actually has helped me run larger teams easily.
Wonderful, wonderful. This last point that you mentioned, Ritika, that maintaining the work-life balance basically, and also mm, appreciating their time as well, कि भाई उनको बेकार में परेशान नहीं करना है. I'd seen some I had worked with such people in the past, and मेरी उनसे कभी बनी नहीं इसीलिए, because they consider this a lot of like आप लेट नाइट कर रहे हो, 4 4 बजे तक लगे हुए हो, जितना ज्यादा उसको they appreciate it. I never appreciate these things. You need to be very proactive, because I feel that as a proud person, especially, you are in a role where you need to be creative about the things. और क्रिएटिविटी का भी मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि शायद कई बार अगर आप खुद ही एग्जॉस्ट हो चुके हो, बिकॉज लाइक यू मेंशन्ड इट्स अ मैराथन. If you are already exhausted, you cannot come up with some creative things. You'll keep doing the same thing. दिमाग चलना बंद हो जाएगा. It will get numb after some time and things will go. Yeah, totally. These are like, yeah, please.
There's actually one very major thing as well with product managers, like this called as decision fatigue. And I really think that this is actually real.
Uh,
So as a product manager, you do end up driving a lot of decisions. You
mm,
know, so this decision fatigue happens. So if you're working for like 12 hours or 14 hours a day, after few hours, you cannot make good decisions. You'll end up
right,
making bad decisions just to get that thing done. And one decision, which could be as small as placement of a button in an app, that can have a lot of ripples.
right.
So the,
True.
we have all seen this, right? Like B2C apps, a lot of features get retracted
Right.
because someone took a bad decision in a jiffy. So
Mm,
don't take a bad decision. Stay away from this decision fatigue thing.
right, right, right. That's really powerful thing. That's amazing. Yeah. Now, my last question is that three things that you feel that aspiring product managers should do to get into this product management role, and if they, especially if they are targeting for a B2B company, then what are the three things that you feel that they should do?
Right. I think definitely getting the first PM role is tough.
Mm.
So the best way to get that PM role uh, is if you can find a transition,
Internal.
within your do that, or the other best way would be find a good startup, because you will learn a lot in startup and it will be a litmus test. Like someone who cannot get things done, they will have a hard time in startup, but it will, it's like how the gold melts and then it becomes. So startup is that. So if you're good, it will actually reward you, and you learn a lot. So try to work with a startup early in your career. So I worked with a multinational organization early in my career. So had I known that, I would have preferred working with a startup, because that would have, maybe I would have been more knowledgeable by then if I had started my career with a startup. So yeah, first thing is, if you are an aspiring PM, try to find a good role in startup. And I'm sure Sachin can guide how to find a startup PM role better than me. So this is one thing. Then another would be, yes, good content. So I think filtering your LinkedIn feed and your content consumption, that is very important. So have some patience to read content, so that I think reading definitely helps. I also try to make sure that I'm reading at least 15 books per year, different type of books, some fast reads, long reads. So content consumption is very, very important. So have patience, do that. And other things for aspiring PM, try to build something. It could be a small blog of yours. It could be maybe an unpaid internship somewhere. So try to get your hands dirty wherever possible. Do something, present it, and don't be afraid of failure, because in product space specifically, nothing is wrong or right.
Right.
So yeah, these three things mainly.
Amazing, amazing. The first point that you mentioned now, Ritika, I always prefer working with the startups.
Yeah.
Even though some of my friends have told me that why don't you go join this break brand, these things, because I love that energy. Or basically, you are not one of my boss in past had mentioned that either be a brick in a big wall or be a big wall in itself. And as a part of startups, you are in itself, you are a big wall. You are into
Yeah.
multiple things. You are getting a lot of exposure to do a lot of things. So that, and definitely that's visible to that's visible. So it also reflects in the growth that you get over there in terms of the salary hike, the appraisals, and all those stuff. Yeah, that's, I totally agree. Totally agree. Super awesome. Amazing stuff. So now I will open this Q&A session for other community members. So they can, guys, you can raise your hands and I will pick up one by one. So please raise your hands. In the reaction option, you can see a raise hand option. So raise your hands and I will be picking up. Uh, so Jason raised his hand. So yeah, Jason, can you please? Yeah. So
Um,
yeah, Jason.
hi, Ritika. I have a question for you. Have you?
Jason, Jason, it will be
Hello.
great if you can enable your video as well. It will
Okay,
be great.
sure,
Yeah,
sure.
please.
Just give me a minute. Yeah, yeah. So, hi, Ritika. I have a question for you. Which is the industry that you started your career with, especially your product career, and have you changed industries? Okay, and what are the challenges that you have faced while you try to transition into a different industry? I'm not talking about and what are the challenges that you have faced in creating products in a different industry that you do not have an exposure to in the past?
Right. So there have been so my tech career was with S&P Global. So that is data analytics provider, and it is also B2B. But the core PM role started with the Dubai firm, and they were creating ERP solutions, B2B core solutions. The first learning curve for me there was that I was not that well communicating with clients, like going in front of clients, doing the pre-sales work, and then
Yeah.
client interfacing. So that one thing I had to learn, articulating about the product, being able to explain the benefits, and I had the understanding of what client want, how to get it built, but how to explain to them. This was one learning curve for me in my first job. And then here, so we are also a B2B SaaS solution. So another learning curve here, first time I worked on creating products which were mobile apps, which were being used by
Right.
masses. So the second most biggest learning curve in my career was design. So I augmented that. I joined, I think product folks were doing a design cohort at that time. So I joined that and I learned, smaller things about design. I even learned how to build design in Figma so that I
Okay.
can guide the designers better. So two major learning curves I had in my PM journey. One was talking to clients, articulating, product features, articulating demos, research. So this I learned on the job. And second is design. So
Okay. Sure. Just one additional question on the basis of that. Like, what techniques that you have uh, used in learning a particular industry? When you see from SaaS industry as you are, and let's say they want to get into the AI field, okay, because that is the industry that is having a lot of boom right now. So how do you learn the industry? What are the principles or what are the techniques that you use? This is the last question. Yeah.
so is it like you are trying to work for a company which is making AI related products?
No,
Is
no.
that the
This is just a generic question. Basically, let's say you're working in a particular industry right now. Maybe 2 or 3 year down the line, you see another industry is having a boom. Okay, so you want to work in a product, in a product field in that industry. So how do you learn about that industry? What are the techniques that you use? And anything else that you that is helpful to to gauge that industry, get a better understanding of the industry. Yeah.
actually, if you could give an example of the industry switch, maybe then I can give a better answer to this question.
I
Yeah,
think
that's why I said I think you can take AI. Say, let's say you currently you work in the SaaS, so you want to get into a AI product, space. So how do you what techniques or what principles do you use to learn about that industry?
Right. Okay.
Is
So
it
I'll correct you some place here. So so AI, I would not say AI is an industry in itself. AI is a newer technology, and
yeah?
every industry would eventually adopt AI. Hopefully,
Or,
not have.
let's say you're getting into let's say you're right now into technology. Tomorrow you have an opportunity in let's say oil and gas, petroleum industry. So I think that would be a better example, I guess.
Yep, right. Correct. So today I'm manufacturing technical products, and tomorrow I may be manufacturing oil and gas products, right? So this could be one example. So how would I go about it? I'll probably quit this job and join an oil and gas manufacturer. And I have done this. I could do it again. And you have to be, willing to take this risk, because until and unless you are sitting in the mix, the best way is to, but I mean, for me, the best way is to, do it and then learn. So being a product manager, what do I know right now? I know I can help sales, I can help marketing, and I can create the whole operations around creating of this product. I don't need to have a technical knowledge of how oil is made, because there are experts who do that, right?
Right, right.
I don't write the
Yeah.
code. I just help developers, with the use case we want to build. So I will try to understand and empathize, like who is this person building this oil, and then how it is getting used. Do a market survey, for example, 1,000 bottles were sold. What is the survey around that? And do I need to improve this? So all
Yeah.
these things I would do. And yeah, I mean, it's this could be one way to go about it.
One. Okay. Sure. Thank you.
thank you. More power to Jason. So next I will bring on Deepti. So Deepti, you can unmute yourself, and yeah.
Hi.
And Deepti,
Thank
it
you,
will be,
Sachin.
please enable your video as well because we are seeing a black screen here.
Yeah, I think there is a issue with the camera because my
Okay.
camera is already enabled.
Okay.
Uh, Hi, Ritika. My question to you would be like, I am a QA with a startup, working with a startup, which is also a SaaS product building into rug tech, basically. So my question to you is that if I want to transition into a PM role, like what areas should I focus, to bridge the gap? Because half of the skills what a PM does is already I'm doing in the job of a QA. So like what other areas should I focus on?
Right.
Onto learning. Yeah.
Right, correct. I think the easiest upskill which a QA can get is the ability to write the specs of a product before it is being made. So QAs usually, get product specs, and then we do all the aftermath, how this can work, what problems can happen. So if you can try to write these product specs, like this takes some level of imagination and research, right? If you're, for example, whatever product you're building, if you have to launch a new feature, then if you try to write those product specs and try to publish even in your current organization, you can do this work and publish, just free of cost for your PM's help. Why not? So and I used to do that with my work at S&P. So the first thing is that ability to write the product specs even before this goes into development. And then the other areas, I think research.
Sorry to
So-
interrupt you, but like, what do you mean by product specs? Can you like elaborate on that?
So yeah, right. So you would be getting some PRD or business requirement document, something based on which the development is done and the QA test cases are written, right? So like the product team or the BA team would be giving you some specs, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like there is a process to arrive at that spec, and that is a pre-development spec, right? So the easiest thing for you to upskill is, can you write that spec? If you can, then it will be easier to transition to APM role or a product owner role.
Sorry to interrupt you, Ritika. Is it acceptance criteria you're talking about? Product spec means?
Who's this?
Acceptance,
Deepa.
we can define it. Yeah, so acceptance criteria is a term which has come out of Agile. You define one user story and you try to write 15, 20 acceptance criteria around it. So yes, one thing is definitely, if you can try to write that down, that can also help build some thinking around how the end product should look. I'm assuming you are working in an agile or safe environment, right?
Basically, even the PRDs that we are writing it's also a part of the specs. The PMs generally, right? So writing out the PRDs for that particular feature, okay? Because a lot of time, what happens now, Deepti, that we don't product managers are sometimes lazy or due to some other things, they are not able to provide well drafted PRDs to their team members. So you can contribute over there, that you can, rather than waiting that it will be assigned to by created by the PM first, then it is assigned to the developer, and then it will reach out to you. You can give your volunteer over there that yes, I can write this down. ये थोड़ा छोटा सा फीचर है, तो इसके लिए मैं हेल्प कर देती हूँ. So in this way you can start contributing to your prod team. So this will help you out. This is, I think, that what the Ritika wants to mention.
So basically, you are referring to the PRDs.
Yes. PRD जिस तरीके से भी आपकी कंपनी के अंदर अभी जो भी रिक्वायरमेंट आपको असाइन होता होगा, either it's through acceptance criteria they are using, or they are directly assigning you the PRDs or whatever the form they are through which basically the idea जहाँ पे एक PM अपना जो भी उसके दिमाग में है that this is something that I want to achieve, wherever they are mentioning it, please contribute on that part. Either it's an acceptance criteria, either it's a PRD or whatever it is. Just help them over there. That's a simple thing.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. Okay, Dipti, more power to you. Let's bring on next Smruti Rekha. Uh,
Hi Sachin, hi Ritika. Sorry, my video is quite again working very weird. So sorry about that. Uh, so I am glad that I am attending this session and I got good insights because I could relate lot of things. So just I am trying to ask from my daily scenarios. I work closely with PMs basically to give you a background of mine, Ritika. I'm a non-technical person and I am more into marketing. So I work with a B2B company. So when I work with the PMs, as usual, you mentioned that you follow a good discipline strategy to carry out your work. But here I see a lot of meetings and everything going on. So I just want to understand, uh, to be honest, to being a marketing person, I want something, I want to create some marketing thing related to a feature or something product. So I have to like follow up every week, every day. I get really stuck sometime. So I understand that they are into some product grooming meeting every day. So what does that means uh, what exactly that purpose is and how it is beneficial. And one more thing I want to understand, being in a B2B company, what is the level of requirement of being a creativity for a PM person?
Right. So, to clarify what is product grooming, so people who work in agile culture, they would know what product grooming sessions are. So, product grooming session is usually product manager talking to the technical team, trying to explain them what to build. Now, depending upon the PM and team's level, this can happen in half an hour. This can take half week or half month also for a single feature. So, grooming is basically helping technical team understand what to build and answering their questions and bringing them to a level that they understand what is to be delivered through code and what is the end product supposed to be. So based upon a company's and team's maturity, this can vary. Then coming to and one of the main, because I have seen with S&P, we used to follow SAFe. So SAFe is certified this next level of agile. They made us go through the whole company, the SAFe training. So in that area, I felt like that the reason why groomings don't happen properly is because either the team is not contributing actively to acceptance criteria, or the PMs are not able to get those inputs out from the development team and document them properly. These are the two main reasons why grooming extend. Then coming to the second question, the level of creativity required. I think creativity is definitely required, but more than that, ability to stay focused in this whole eye of storm is more required. Because so what I expect as a product head, what I expect from my marketing team is to, like, whenever I publish release notes, they should read all of them and put them in the marketing newsletter or in their the content which they are creating. Second thing, the roadmaps we publish, they should read that and have an understanding where the product be moving in the next 3 months or 6 months. So I think more than creativity, ability to read through all of this content and then come up with what should be the marketing message for this product is more important, I think.
Okay. So I got the whole understanding of this creativity and the product grooming thing. So I just want to understand, like, you told like yeah, the product grooming can happen it based on the feature requirement. It can be a month, it can take a month, it can take days or couple of weeks. So just to share your words only, you said like if you have some technical person in your team who is also a PM, and
Right.
they can like convey the message in a very uh, simple way to the coders, then why it is required on daily basis? I see regularly happening in my company, so I ask, is it necessary every day it should happen? They just uh, uh, emphasize, yeah, it has to happen, we cannot skip this meeting, and it has to be like 1 hour or it can go beyond that. So I just want to understand, like, being why I'm saying that, because most of the PM in my office are like, they are from technical background as well as they have done the management also. So what's the requirement means?
I'm feeling like maybe you should get some PMs for your company Sachin's course because it really
Only to
he
say,
can help
yeah.
them.
I'm just trying to understand, because next time I go
I
and I
think
try to get
I
into my work.
I think for this
There
ना
is one
Smruti
more.
Rekha, you should connect with your PMs यार, क्यों इतना टाइम ले रहे हो?
Yeah, okay. Thanks. I just wanted to get a clarification so that I can step into their
No,
thing
no,
and I can say,
you can simply discuss with them that if you have
yeah,
to just
yeah.
share something with the technical team, that why you are taking so much time. Either there is some there are sometimes
All right.
कोई चीज समझने में
Yeah,
प्रॉब्लम
yeah.
होता है. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank
Yeah.
you, Sachin, and thank
Yeah.
you, Ritika. But honestly, I got a good insight into whatever you have mentioned, Ritika. Thanks for this session.
Actually, Smriti, to complete your question, there's one more reason now when I'm rethinking. So this happens usually if PMs are not empowered enough to take decisions at that point. So, for example, I'm an APM and technical team is saying, okay, this is not possible, this is possible. But now this poor PM has to go to his manager or managers and then get the approval and then get back. So if PMs are not empowered enough in any organization, then these groomings can also go. So maybe the structure in the organization
Yeah,
is that
agree to that point as well. Yeah, maybe.
okay, cool.
Okay, super awesome, guys. So, guys, I will be picking last query for Ritika because I had asked her. उसका Ritika का मैंने सिर्फ 1 घंटा borrow करने के लिए बोला था, and we are extending that time period. So, I think the first hand that was raised was by Balaji. So, I am bringing Balaji. So, yeah, Balaji,
Yes.
please
Yep.
unmute yourself and enable your video, please.
Yep. First of all, it is a great session. Thanks for
Thank
that. And like I have a couple of questions here. So I've completed my MBA. So I was working on sales and marketing. Now I want to switch my career towards product management role. So what skills do you suggest me, like, which can help me to in order to like stabilize my career onto the product management role? So what skills, like, it might be as simple as communication, or like that like you can suggest me any technical, like tech specific skills also, so that I can upskill and I can use that on my workspace as well. So if you can tell me a couple of skills, that would be great. And my second question would be, so what would you suggest us to join, like where do you suggest us to join, um on a like established company where they already have an existing product, like can on a learning perspective, so can I learn a lot on those kind of company or on an established product, or do you suggest me to go and join a very tech, like very early stage startup where they're building everything from scratch? So if you can clarify these two things, that would be great. Yeah, thanks.
I think the first question you should answer for me is like, why do you want to become a product manager? Because this answer would define the path ahead.
Great. So okay, so let me tell you that. So I worked in recruiting, I worked in marketing, and I worked on sales as well. So that's what I have, like 6 months of work on HR, and another 1.5 years on consultative selling, and another, like I'm currently working on a marketing on physics wala. So I just wanted to switch my like sector from edtech to some other like SaaS platform or something else. So that's one main thing I want to switch to PMO. And second thing is like I somewhere connect myself where all these skills might help me on a PM role as well, right? So that's where I wanted to switch. And like to top it all, like I do have an MBA degree as well, where we on a first year we learn each and every department's aspects, sales, marketing, HR, and all operations and all, right? So that's why I wanted to switch. Yeah, I don't know whether I answered your question or not, but still, yeah.
I think so. Anyone, when you are transitioning from any role to product management role, you should definitely write down why I want to do this. This cannot be just because it's a fancy role or it is an upcoming role. It should not be for this because I have seen people's life becoming hell because they have moved from this role, and I have known people who have moved from QA to PM and then back to QA because they could not take the pressure of uncertainty. So just try to write down why you want to do this. And so there's one another emerging role, which is a mix of product and marketing, PMM, product marketing managers. Maybe you can try that because a lot of MBAs who have done marketing and sales, I think they can also fit in this because it shields you from the responsibility of creating the product. So you can focus more on selling the product, talking about the product. So yeah, this could be one role I think which can maybe Sachin can guide more on this. But yeah, I've seen this role coming up in
Yes,
a lot of other places.
product marketing managers. Yeah.
Got it.
And
So going back to the second question, like where do you want this to get placed? Like, where I can learn a lot, like on an established company or on an established product, or like guys, like you want me to go and work on a like where we should be putting in all efforts and building a product from scratch.
Right. So a person should go to a startup if you are comfortable getting results without directions. So like you will be given a problem, I have to go to a vacation, but you would not be told if this vacation is a beach or a mountain, if you have to take a flight or a train. So if you can plan each and every step, ask each and every question, then you go to a startup because you will not get any direction. Even in smaller roles, the expectation is that you fix the engine while the machine is running. So if you are comfortable with that level of uncertainty, like lot of people are like, I don't like a lot of directions. Like I like to figure out the path myself. So I think that's why that is one reason I have sustained in this startup for the time. But if you feel like that I would work better in a guided environment, then a larger firm could do you good.
Okay. So what about the product? So like can I learn a lot on the like new product or the existing product? So how does that work?
It's both actually. You will learn in both the places. Again, in a newer product, more uncertainty. You do not know if the product would succeed or not. There is no one to tell you. But if you work in an existing product, for example, let's say you join an existing SaaS and you're working on one feature or one module, then the ripples or the effects are less. So the risk is less and there are multiple stakeholders. So you can try out things there. And of course, it will be tougher to get that role also because the HR and the gatekeepers will have their own, notions about, and it's valid for everyone. I mean, like if I go to market today, I also have to face that, the partiality of the gatekeepers. So yeah, it's valid.
Okay. Got it.
So
Thanks.
it depends on what role you want to do and how much uncertainty you are okay with. Because in startup, there is uncertainty of job security also, right? Like it's happening in bigger firms also, like with the bigger firms, Spotify also doing all the layoffs and all. So yeah, there's uncertainty. So if you can have that sort of risk appetite, then startups can be good.
Yeah. Maybe I can take the advice of Sachin sir as well. So he can help me out. Yeah. Yeah.
Ritika, you have answered this really well. The thing that you have mentioned that you need to fix the engine while the train is going. So that's really amazing. And yes, I totally agree because in a startup, you should have that zeal that you can do it without any handholding, without any guidance. करना पड़ेगा. Even as if you are even as an APM, a lot of time you will be taking care of the things that PM does or an SPM even do. तो आपको वो सारी चीजें भी करनी पड़ती हैं. So that's but yeah, definitely there is it's having a different kind of rewards that are there. Yeah. Okay, so I hope Balaji you got the answer for your query. So yeah, so Ritika, thank you for your time, guys. Anyone wants to share their experience of this session, because Ritika had put a lot of her time. So I want 3 volunteers here to give their inputs. Balaji, we can start with you. So you can start.
Yeah. Yes. So first of all, it is great session. This is my first session basically. I just started learning from Sachin sir and all. So that's what. So it is great. You opened lot of ways to learn. So on that aspect, I'd like to thank you one more time. So I got a LinkedIn profile. Thankfully, please help us on let's network and please help us on getting out the right role or suggesting us, or you can just post us on your feed. I can I just skimmed through your LinkedIn profile. You have posted a lot of product related feeds and all, so we can just have a look at that. So if you can post that a lot, that would be great. Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
Sure.
Thank you. So I think Jason and Nikhil want to share something. Hi Nikhil,
Yeah,
you can unmute yourself. Nikhil, please unmute yourself and enable your video. Yeah.
Hi Sachin, how are you?
I'm good. So you can share your experience of this session or this time that Ritika is here with us. So how was your experience? You can share that.
Yeah, the experience was quite good, and I have learned one or two things new today, B2B and B2C, although I was not able to differentiate between these two things. And I was about to ask Ritika, could you please differentiate between these two things? Because I'm an aspiring product manager and I'm just starting from the basics. It's been only 30 days that I've enrolled in this challenge, and I've completed my first 30 days for the product management course. But these things are still new, and I just want a clarification. What are these things? And as an aspiring product manager, and how would you recommend me, and where should I go? This B2B or B2C?
Okay, so it's a question actually. So B2B is like when you're making products which are sold to other businesses. For example, like SAP or HubSpot, or for that sake, any product which is being like Apollo. So Apollo is rage these days. So any product which is created by a business and sold to a business is a B2B company.
Okay.
Then, for example, someone manufacturing, let's say, raw wood and selling it to another business is also in B2B business. But B2C is when you manufacture a product and you sold directly to consumer, but you have your own channels maybe. So, for example, the best example was
Paytm
for this
business.
would be, let's say,
We can go with the
Paytm
Paytm business and Paytm app. These are the two. Yeah, that's
Zepto, all these things like Zepto and who are creating products, but then they're selling something to consumers. So they go into the B2C category.
Okay, so these are the two categories.
Yeah.
So basically, who is the buyer? So if the buyer is a business, it is B2B. If buyer is consumers, directly it is B2C.
And where should I go as an aspiring product manager?
That will
Frankly,
depend on
wherever
your Nikhil, that will depend on because that you assessment that you need to fill ना ये इसके लिए मैं suggest कर दूंगा आपको कि where you should be a fit. Okay. Okay, man. More power to you, Nikhil. So yeah, Jason, let me bring you so you can
Yeah.
share your experience.
Hi, Ritika. So the one thing that my takeaway from the session is that the personal, accountability metrics, volunteering, to send the status of the current, the work on your own. That is, I think, that is something which I would take away from your side. I think that, and I think you would use this in your what do you call the appraisals as well, because most of the times the management expects that you share the. I mean, at every level they expect you to share your what is your current status of your work. So I think that would
Right.
help a lot in your appraisal and year and promotions and all that. So that promptness and volunteering, that I think,
Yeah.
yeah, I think that was one good thing that I learned from the session. And what I've also one other challenge is that reading 15 books. I think I'm just seeing if I can do it from the next year. Let's see. I have a lot of books in the physical books, as well as the PDFs and Kindles and all that, lying without me touching them. So yeah, that's one good thing. Thanks for this session.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jason. More power to you. So thank you, Ritika. Thank you for your time. आपने काफी टाइम निकाला. We are hitting around more than an hour. So we were expecting that this session will end around in an hour's time. But the wisdom that you were having, it took time to share over here. Thank you for being here. Thank you for taking out your
Sure.
time. Okay,
Glad
bye-bye.
I'm.
Yeah, please.
Thank you. No, yeah, I was just saying that happy to be here and great talking to your community.
Sure. Thank you. Bye-bye. Take care. Good night. Have a nice weekend. Okay, guys. So I hope you all enjoyed this session. Give me a thumbs up, guys. Be active. Be active in the chat box. I hope you enjoyed this session. Type yes. Give me a thumbs up. Whatever you are having. So, do you want me to do such more sessions in the future? Do you want me to do such more sessions in the future? Okay. That's awesome. So, guys.